Hi everyone! My name is Jen Antunes and welcome to my channel where we come together and share our passion of all things beauty. Voila! No makeup on my mask! So today I'm going to be showing you how I created this look while sharing some tips that you can do to help being able to wear a mask with makeup on. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that my makeup routine or the tips I'm about to share with you is a guarantee. To be honest, there's no way to make sure your makeup is 100% mask proof 100% of the time. I don't care what anyone says, it's not possible. There's a lot of scenarios and things to consider when it comes to this, such as your skin type and sensitivities. What are you doing that day? Like, are you sitting at a desk all day, or are you doing manual labor and sweating your butt off all day? Are you taking your mask off and on? The temperature and humidity, that can make things harder or easier. Like I said, there's no way anyone can give you 100% mask-proof makeup routine. However, what I'm going to do today is share with you what works for me, and I'm also going to share some tips that I have learned along the way. So that way, hopefully, you can create a makeup routine that works for you. Now, before we get started, I do want to invite you guys to share in the comments below any tips or recommendations on what works for you. I know I don't know everything, especially on this topic, and your tip or recommendation may help someone else. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure your skincare is on point. You're going to want to look for hydrating, non-harsh type of products with ingredients like hyaluronic acid, aloe, or niacinamide. These are going to help keep your skin hydrated and give your makeup a strong base to work off of. Now, if you need tips or if you're unsure on what products to get, I actually have a whole YouTube video where I go over how to transition your skincare into fall and winter. And the main focus of that skincare routine is keeping your skin hydrated. I will have it linked up above right here, and I'll also have it linked in the description box down below for you. Now, I have done my skincare already, and it's been hours since I've done it. So I'm actually going to apply another layer of skincare to make sure that my skin is hydrated and ready to go. So I'm going to use the VDL Lumi Layer Cream. I love this cream. It has made such a difference in helping my skin stay hydrated and giving my skin just what it needs. What I'm doing is I'm making sure it is really hydrated right where my mask is going to be. Just get a little bit of the rest of my skin, because in the fall and winter I deal with very dry skin, and I can use as much hydration as possible. Now, with us wearing our mask, our eyes are going to be the center of attention. I recommend moisturizing around your eye area. It's always important to do that. It's going to just help your makeup that you apply there to apply on more evenly and smoothly. Now, for me, I struggle with dark under eye circles. So what I tend to do is I try to focus on minimizing my dark under eye circles. The one product that I have found that works for me is the new vitamin C brightening serum. I absolutely love this product. I have dealt with dark under eye circles my whole life, and I just could not find anything to help me with them. And this was the first product and only product that I have come across so far that has minimized my dark under eye circles. So now that your skincare is on, what you're going to want to do is give about 10 to 20 minutes for it to soak into your skin and to start doing what it needs to do. Now, I know many of you may not do this in your normal routine, but I highly recommend adding a primer to your makeup routine. This is what is going to help make your makeup last longer. Now, the primer that I have been loving is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better primer. It's an oil-free primer that is going to hydrate my skin while also giving my makeup something to grip onto. And I also love that it does help, get rid of these nasty pores that I have here. So it's basically everything I need a primer to do in one. Now, what I'm going to do to apply it is I'm going to start at my nose and then this area, because that is where I want the majority of the product to be. And then I kind of put a little here, and then I just kind of spread it all out. Now, if you're wondering what type of primer to use, it basically is going to depend on your skin type, what you are looking for a primer to do. They have ones that are going to help minimize pores. They have ones that help with oil control. They have ones that help with dryness. All you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that it's a primer that is going to help grip onto your makeup. It's going to have like a sticky type of texture. See, as you can see, the makeup is going to have something to grip onto. Now, to add to that, what I do is I use a setting spray to lock all of this in and to help give my foundation and concealer something to stick to. Today I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Outlast Active. Now the reason why I love this so much is that it not only locks in your makeup, but it is going to be smudge proof, transfer proof, and humidity proof all day. So no matter what type of weather or temperature, it also, if you sweat, it helps with that. So this is what I love to use as my base to lock all this in. Now, while it is still a little wet, this is when I do my foundation and concealer. So that way it kind of like all blends in together. Now, the foundation that I have been loving is the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. And I'm in the shade Shell. Now, when it comes to foundation, you're going to want to try and find something that is lightweight, long wearing. Usually the mattes tend to be more the long wearing type of foundation. So you want to look for foundations that say stuff like long lasting, long wearing, like 16-hour, 12-hour, 24-hour, whatever one that you think will work for you. Now, if you're someone that doesn't want to wear foundation or for whatever reason you don't want to use foundation, what you can do is you can use a tinted moisturizer or BB cream or just use a concealer to hide the blemishes. Now, like I said, you don't need to have foundation on. This is just up to you. I personally like to have foundation on. Now, when it comes to concealer, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use 1 or 2 shades lighter underneath your eyes just to kind of bring attention to them. And of course, you can always use a concealer to spot correct any blemishes or acne that you want to cover up. Just make sure that concealer is in the same shade as your skin. But the one underneath your eyes, I recommend doing 1 or 2 shades lighter. So I'm going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in Light Ivory. So I tend to try to like start it right here and just kind of bring it like that. And I'm just tapping it right into my skin. I'm not dragging it. Just tap, tap, tap all the way around. And this is going to basically push the concealer into my skin, which, remember, it has the makeup gripping primer and then the setting spray. So it has all that ready for the concealer and the foundation to hold on to. Now, if you want, you can also use this to highlight. I'm just going to highlight a little bit right here and then right here. This is just going to help bring attention to the center of your face, which is what you're going to want to do because this is all going to be covered up. So you just basically got this to focus on and make sure that it's good to go. And then this side, you're going to want to make sure that it's just going to stay put. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the concealer underneath my eyes. And it's also going to help when we do our eyeshadow look that if there's any fallout or anything, it'll be able to just brush it away. So for underneath my eyes, I used Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is by far the best loose setting powder. Now that is something you need to remember. You want to use a setting powder. Make sure what you're using is a setting powder. Now we're going to end up using this powder quite a bit later on, so make sure you don't put it away because we're going to need it again. So I'm going to set that to the side. Now it's time to have some fun with our makeup. And that is what you're going to want to do when it comes to your eyes. You're going to want to have fun with it. This is the perfect time and the perfect reason to experiment and to have fun with color. Now, if you're afraid of bold or bright colors, you can always use a liner to add pops of color to your eye look. Just a FYI. Now, as you can see, my brows are done. I did them off camera before I even started. And basically, it is all about a natural brow look. If you're someone that has pretty full brows, and all you're probably going to need to do is just brush in a brow gel or this, maybe a pencil to fill in a few areas. Now, if you're someone like me that barely has any brows, it's going to be a little bit of work. So, first thing I'm going to do is I am going to prime my eyes, and I'm going to use the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Potion. Just going to put it all over my lid, and then basically everywhere I am going to apply eyeshadow. Okay, so for my eyeshadow palette today, I am using the Ciate London Editor palette, the New England one. I just got this in my October BoxyCharm box, and I have been loving it. So I am just going to do a simple fall look because today is more about our complexion and our face products. But if you would like to see a very colorful or dramatic look or another eyeshadow look with this palette, just let me know in the comments down below. I'd be happy to do another one. Like I said, I love this palette. I have been having so much fun with it. So I'm going to start off with this shade right here. Just like a light tan color. I have been wanting to do this video since like I started my channel back in May. Like this is one of the first video ideas I had. But I just never felt confident enough to do it. I mean, at that time I was still trying to figure out what routine works for me. But since then there's been so many articles and YouTube videos that I thankfully was able to come up with a routine, finally, that works. And I wanted to make sure that I tried it in different scenarios before sharing it with you guys because I don't want to go and share something with you and it just be a complete flop. No, not my deal. So I'm just going to go right next door to this shade right here. And I'm just going to apply it all over to the lid. Now, I know I said that this is the time to play with color and to experiment with your eye looks. And I'm sitting here doing a very basic neutral eye look. It's just, I did not want to have this whole video be about eye look. That's the only reason why I did that. But I have been having a lot of fun. So I'm just going to go into this brown right here just to kind of deepen up my outer corner and crease area. So I'm just making like a C in my outer. It's a clean, fluffy brush, and I'm just going to use that to make sure everything's blended on the outside. Next, I'm going to apply liner, and I'm going to be using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Corrupt, just a dark brown eyeliner. So I'm just going to apply this on real quick, and I'll be right back. So as you can see, just adding that definition makes a difference. I'm using the NARS Climax mascara. I love this mascara. As soon as I'm done with this mini, I am so getting the full size. These make your lashes look so incredible. Now, if you're someone like me who doesn't really use falsies, this is a great time to experiment with them because, like I said, you really want the focus on your eyes, and false lashes can make a big difference with your eye look. If you're not going to use false lashes, then you're definitely going to want to use a mascara that's going to elongate your lashes and give you that volume, just give you that wow lash. So now our eye makeup is done, and now we can focus on the rest of our face. Now what I recommend doing is using face products that are going to be long wearing, that are going to have hydrating or skincare ingredients in it. You're going to want face products that are going to have a purpose, basically. So what I have been doing to make sure that everything is locked in is I have been using like a cream or a liquid, and then I put on a powder on top of it. So to kind of lock everything in. So for my bronzer, I am going to be using the FMG Colors of Love Sun-Kissed Cushion Bronzer in Morning Sunflower. Now, the reason why I'm using this bronzer first is because this actually has skin nourishing ingredients in it. So it's going to help keep my skin hydrated wherever I apply it, which some of my mask is going to be covering it. So having that area have something that is going to be hydrating it is going to help. Gotta make this forehead look a little smaller. Now, by using a bronzer, or if you like, you can contour as well. I'm not a big contour person, but if you do contour, it actually can help make your highlight that you're going to apply on your high cheekbones pop out even more. Now, you can contour your nose. That is your choice. I don't see the point in it. So now I am going to set my bronzer that I just applied with the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Bronze 03. This is my favorite bronzer at the moment. I have been loving it for the last few months. Just going to set the bronzer I just applied. So next I'm going to do blush. And I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick Blush. And I'm going to be using Sexy Flush. So for my highlighter, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Liquid Luminizer in Enchant. It's like a ballet pink. That's what it reminds me of, ballet pink. So I'm just going to put it right there. Excess on my forehead, right there, right there. If you want, you can put it on your brow bone, make it pop. I'm going to take my finger and just do the inner corner of my eye. So now I'm going to set my blush and my highlighter with the e.l.f. Bite Size Duos. And I'm going to use the watermelon one. So I'm just going to take the same E61 brush and do the highlighter side. Then I'm just going to take a small fluffy brush and do the powder side. Just blend it in real quick. So now, what about the rest of your face that didn't get covered up with powder? What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use the FMG Cashmere Complexion Compact Powder Foundation in C110. I have been loving this in setting my foundation. It has been so great at locking everything in. I'm just going to take a fluffy, this is an e.l.f. Total Face Brush. Just going to swirl it around. And then I literally put it all over. Going to set everything. Now you can use the Laura Mercier translucent powder and do the same thing. Just make sure you don't cake it on. You literally just want to brush a light layer on it. So now on to the lips. Now if you're someone that needs to have lipstick on, or for whatever reason you want to wear a lipstick, I recommend choosing a neutral lip color. That way, if it does end up on your mask or smudging or anything, it's not going to look crazy. You're not going to have red all over. Whatever lip products you do use, I highly recommend putting a hydrating lip balm down to, just like with your skincare, you're going to want something that is going to help keep your lips hydrated. The one I have been loving is the Carmex Comfort Care. I've actually been using the watermelon one, and I just love it, love it, love it, love it. On top of using hydrating lip products, You're going to want to choose products that are long lasting. Now, just like with the foundation, matte lipsticks or lip stains tend to be more on the long lasting end. But like I said, just look in the description of the product, and if it says long lasting, that's the way to go. I have been loving tinted lip balms. So what I'm going to be using is the Birthday Balm in PYT. This is basically the perfect lip balm. It's a neutral lip color. It's got shea butter, so it's going to be hydrating. It just looks simply gorgeous on your lips. You see? Now, once your lip color is on, what you're going to want to do to help make it last is you're going to want to powder it. I know, it sounds crazy, but it actually does work. So, I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier a little bit and just kind of, my sponge, just kind of pat it in. And you just brush off the excess. Now onto setting spray. So just like with everything else, you're going to want to choose a long-lasting setting spray. The Milani Make It Last and the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. These both are great long-lasting setting sprays. What I'm personally going to use is the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is by far the best of the best. It will lock in your makeup. But like I said, I have used all of the other ones and they work great as well. The first thing is you're going to want to make sure you let your makeup dry before putting on a mask. So you're going to want to give yourself about 10-15 minutes. When choosing a mask, if possible, I highly recommend choosing something that's lightweight and smooth fabric. A family member made this one, and I've actually made a few for my boys, and we love these type of masks. They make it so much easier to be able to breathe. You want to make sure each time you put on a mask that it is clean. So I highly recommend making sure you're picking up a bunch of masks to be able to at least get you through a couple days. So that way you're not having to wash a mask every day. Now, in between the times you are wearing a mask, you're going to want to make sure you're taking care of your skin. You want to make sure your skin is clean and hydrated. So you're going to want to make sure like your nighttime skincare routine is going to have those very, very hydrating moisturizers and the very, very hydrating serums. I recommend adding a vitamin C serum into your skincare routine. Vitamin C has an antioxidant, which is going to help your skin fight any type of radical damage, which comes from environmental stressors like us wearing a mask, the pollution and dirt, and things like that. So having a vitamin C serum is going to be a great way to help keep your skin protected. I also recommend adding a hydrating face mask once a week. This is going to just give your skin a boost of hydration that is probably desperately going to need at like the end of the week. Now, my last tip was actually given to me by my mother-in-law. She's by far the most amazing person in the world. She ended up finding these on Amazon, and she gave me one, and I was like, oh my God, this is an ingenious idea. I was so appreciative that she gave me one because this is a lifesaver, especially if those of you who are determined to wear lipstick. You can wear your lipstick and not have to worry about anything touching it, smudging it, nothing. And it has these clips here, so you can just clip it into your mask. And I just love this. Speaking of putting your mask on. So I'm going to use one of these disposable ones just so you can see that my makeup doesn't transfer. So when you're ready to put on your mask, So as you can see, I have my guard ready to go in there, and my mask is ready just for me to put it on. But what I recommend doing is powdering the crap out of your mouth area where everything is going to be touched by the mask and the guard, and powdering your mask and the guard. So I'm going to use the Lower Mercier translucent powder. Just going to tap it in. And then I'm just going to buff it onto my skin. Right around where my guard will be. Now I'm just going to do the same thing to my mask. So I'm just going to brush it all over the guard of where it's going to touch my skin. And then on the mask part, and I'll put it up here too. You want to make sure you get up in here and on the bottom. So here is my final look. As you can see, there's no makeup and my skin is looking good. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, this is a routine that I have found that works for me. If I do come across anything new, I will happily share it with you guys over on my Instagram channel. So make sure you're following me over there. You'll also be able to enjoy other beauty content as well. I share tips. I do a quick tutorial every Monday. I share what my current faves are and give you guys a sneak peek into my life as a single mom of 4 boys. Like I said, it's a great way to get more tips and to get to know me better. Now, if you liked this video and found it helpful, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that like button and share it with anyone that you know may find this video helpful. In doing so, this also helps me know what you guys want to see more of. Now remember, please share your tips and recommendations down below in the comments below. I also welcome you to comment down below ideas or topics that you would like me to do in an upcoming video. Now, I'm still new at this and I want to make sure I'm providing you content that you guys are going to like and find helpful. So hearing back from you helps me out a lot. Now, if you haven't done so yet, I welcome you to join me in my beauty world by clicking that subscribe button and notification bell down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I was able to help you out. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, remember, be kind to yourself and to others. Bye.